What's going on, YouTube? Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm coming at you this time. If you guys have noticed, I got a haircut, so different look right now. Got my morning coffee. It's a beautiful day. I've kind of traveled across the country. I'm in the Florida region right now for a personal mastermind group with a lot of different friends in kind of like my financial circles. Very, very interesting stuff. But today's topic is on should I get an MBA without work experience? So this is a very good thing because when I did my MBA about 2 years ago, you met people from all walks of life. It was a really good sample size of people that were either right out of college, they went right into it. You had some people who were like 5 years into their kind of career, some people were 10 years, other people were like 20, 30 years. So it was a really good sample size of everybody from different walks of life. Some people were working, getting their MBA. There were some people that were doing MBA full time. Just I myself was going into the MBA full time, and then I got a job kind of like the second week. Actually, I was at a career fair, and I wasn't even looking. I was there with a friend, and I was able to get a job, and that has turned into it was pretty much a very lucrative thing, which was a blessing in disguise. But today I want to talk to you guys about if you have that question, if I want to go right from undergrad into graduate school, or should I wait a little bit? Should I wait and get some work experience first before getting an MBA? Should I even get an MBA? So this is a good video. I think this is something that I think a lot of people, because it was on their minds. We were going through the entire MBA program. Just to give you guys a little bit, I'll show you guys like my hotel room. I'm at the Rose and Shingle Creek, which is pretty amazing. Look at this view. I don't know if you guys can see it at all. It's kind of like Disney Universal in the background. Anyway, so let's talk about the pros and cons of getting your MBA right away. So I'll start with people who are going into the MBA with no experience whatsoever, okay? If you have no experience whatsoever and you're going into it, there's a few things. You're already kind of in a studious mindset. And it takes about a good, if you haven't been to school in a while and you're not really into self-improvement or studying, it's hard to kind of get back in that routine. And it takes about a good 6 months. So that first semester is kind of brushing off, shaking off the cobwebs, and you're going right into it. But if you're kind of already a student already and you have that student mindset and you're learning all the time, you can just hit the ground running. And you're already kind of social, you're easier to network, and networking is so key, guys. I learned a lot more from the people that I surrounded myself with, which is why I mastermind still, than I did the teachers, frankly. Teachers are good for giving you the nuggets. You should always do the readings beforehand. Do the readings, listen to teachers, but then challenge by doing problem solving within the group. And start off from day one with meeting people that you know are dialed in. These guys are the winners. These are the ones you think that are going to be going places in the future. You're only there for a certain amount of time. You want to surround yourself with people that are, complement your weaknesses and strengths, but also like people you like, that you also can see down the road that these are going to be great partners in the future, and people are going places and you're going to enjoy that company. Anyway, digressing a little bit. But yeah, the problem though about kind of going into an MBA right off the bat is you don't really have any experience to draw from when they're giving you situations. And that's a big thing. There's a lot of people that kind of goes in one ear and out the other, and they have no images in their mind or experience they can recall to say like, oh, that's why this worked in my business, or that's why this didn't work in the job I was doing, or I've seen it in the company. So, and that's the thing where you're listening to the words and you're hearing the theories, but you don't have the experience to kind of peg it to something, right? The visuals where that goes to. Now, look on the flip side. If you have some work experience, you already have some substance that you can grasp onto. And it's very, very important to, think of those, have that experience where you can see like, how did this work? Now you need to be able to work it out in your mind on how to apply it. And you want to make sure you're not going just to like parrot mode being, like a parrot, probably want a cracker. You don't want to be, just saying exactly what they're saying. You're taking that information, internalizing it, and you're able to rework it on other problems down the road. So that's why having some experience first, you have some substance that you can peg to, that you can kind of like rework in your mind on why this worked or why this didn't work. So there's very advantageous that way. Now, the best way, what I would recommend, I would at least have 2 years experience at the minimum. I would say if you're an undergrad thinking of getting your MBA, I would try to get some kind of role that you're interested in. Ideally, if you're not really sure where to go, do something where you're going to get a lot of skills fast. Okay? Can never go wrong with a sales job, frankly. Sales jobs are so key because sales is where you learn about persuasion, communication. If you can get out of your comfort zone and get rid of the fear of rejection, very, very key. But after that 2 years, you'll have some experience. So then when you go to business school, it's gonna really, you're gonna be able to work it out, internalize it a lot more. You're just gonna get more out of it, I think. I would also recommend that while you're in school, you have some kind of job or an internship or a side hustle that you're doing while you're doing your MBA. It makes it so much more easier when you're doing your MBA to have something to apply it to the same day, same week, same month. And once you apply, when you learn something and you apply it right away, it really, really sticks with you. And that's how you start changing your thinking. The biggest thing I think you can get out of your MBA is changing your mindset. Just my personal belief. You're not going to memorize everything. Nobody does, right? In school, do you remember everything in college, every lesson, everything you ever learned? No, but you change your mindset. And that's really I think an essential part of the MBA is you're changing your mindset into a business mindset. You're changing it into looking at marketing, operations, sales, finance, and just communication in general. So looking at those things. So if I was in your guys' shoes, have at least 2 years experience before going into my MBA, have some kind of job or internship or side hustle while you're doing your MBA. And third, when you're going through work problems, do a little bit extra. Do extra credit by asking yourself some questions. And this is really where the rubber meets the road. So there's people that are just going to parrot. They're just going to say exactly what they're seeing. You want to ask yourself certain questions. And here's some questions I would recommend. How would I apply this to a big business? How would I apply this to, say, a Fortune 500 company if I was in the CEO spot? Number two, how would I apply this to a small business, say a startup or my own personal business that I'm just starting, or a 10-person business? And then number three is, how would I apply this to my own business? Okay. Asking those questions when you're going through certain problems really starts giving you examples and making you run through the problem in your mind on basically your own business, small business, and a large business. It really starts to internalize you. You start to internalize all the essential information so that down the road, when you come back to it, you've already run through it in your mind, and your mind kind of changes that way where you're able to get to the solution faster than if you've only heard it one time. So running it through a few times, internalizing it so it's really a part of you, changes your mindset. And then down the road, when you have your own business or are working for a company, trust me, those solutions, because you face those problems before, will come to you faster. So definitely recommend kind of that strategy. Again, just to reiterate, there's nothing wrong with going right into your MBA out of school. There's pros and cons with each. In an ideal world, and by the way, I did see that people who had a job or an internship while in their MBA program got started really quickly. And obviously because of COVID, a lot of people who had no jobs and they graduated didn't find jobs for a year, sometimes 2 years, guys. So the ones that did have jobs right away when they graduated were way better off, way more well off financially too. So some things to think about. Obviously, that's kind of there's no hard and right or wrong. It's do what's best for you. There's kind of a good, better, best model here. But just to reiterate, because I know I'm all over the place this morning, have at least 2 years work experience, I would say, before going into your MBA. And when you're doing your job skills, look at things that are going to really allow you to attain those skills for the future. When you're in school, try to still have some kind of role or job internship, or side hustle that you can basically, when you're doing the problems, you can actually apply the problems that same day or same week. It's going to help you stick to it. When you're doing critical thinking things or teamwork problems, go the extra mile by asking certain questions on how would I apply this in certain examples. And the examples I use: small business, big business, your own business. What would I do if I was in this situation, I was facing this problem? It's going to really start to shift your mindset so that you're a much better critical thinker and problem solver in the future. And that's really what I think the value is of the MBA, is changing your mindset. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that's very, very helpful. I got meeting some friends tomorrow in an hour at the pool, which will be nice, and the breakfast buffet. If you guys are interested, this is a private membership. It's a private mastermind, and we only let certain people in, but everybody I've seen who's gone through this has come out the other end a better person and way more financially savvy. If you guys are interested, reach out to me. I will include my email in the description below. If you're interested in, hey, I'm in my MBA and I want to do a side hustle, but I don't know where to go, or if you're watching this for the first time and you're looking for business opportunities, feel free to reach out. I will give you some recommendations on things that have helped me, that, have really helped me in my life and have given me more income. And just maybe if you guys want some questions on where you want to be in life, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day.